Hello again. In this video, we will learn a special structure that is formed with transitive verb. The structure is verb plus object plus infinitive. We can name it in that way, that verb plus object plus infinitive. But the full formation of the sentence is we use subject first, then we use verb, and this verb is a transitive verb. After that, we use object, and then we use infinitive. Now, what is the function of subject in this sentence? That it performs main verb's action that usually a subject does. That it does an activity which is indicated by the main verb, and the main verb in this structure is this one. After that, we have object. The object performs two roles. One, it receives the main verb's action. The main verb is this one, and this is performed by the subject, and the activity affects on the object. So this is the first role of the object. Secondly, the object also performs the action of subject. Subject to what? Subject to this infinitive. Means on the one hand, it receives this action, and on the other hand, it performs this action, which is infinitive or which is indicated by infinitive. So it performs two activities. So that's why some grammarians call it that it is the logical subject. Logical subject, though it is object from the construction point of view, but it is logical subject of the infinitive. The common verbs which are used in this pattern are advise, then allow, ask, beg, choose, convince, encourage, expect, force, tell, teach, and phone. There's also a long list of such verbs. If you want to know more about these verbs, you will have to refer some good dictionary where you will be given the full information about all the verbs, because we are not going to write the whole list here. Then it will be a bit longer list. Let's understand this structure through the example sentences. In these sentences, I have used the verbs advised, allowed, asked, begged, and chose. Now, the action that is indicated by the verb advised is performed by she. She advised. And who did she advise? Him. This is the object. This is verb. This is subject. Then we have infinitive, to stay. Now look at this sentence. She advised him. Right? So here, him receives the action that is indicated by the verb advise. But at the same time, it also performs the work of staying. So she advised him to stay home. As I earlier mentioned, that the main verb shows the action of the subject and it affects on this object. So here advise affects on this object and it does the work of the infinitive. In the same way, they, subject, verb, allowed, us, object, to enter early. So allowed, we were allowed, we received the action of allowing, and then we did the action of entering. So here it is, this particular word is object, it does this work and it receives this action. In the same way, I asked her to help. So here this is object, this is verb, and this is infinitive. He begged them to listen. Again, verb, object, and then this is infinitive. So he begged them means they were begged. This work was done on them, but they did the work of, or they are supposed to do the work of listening. They chose me to represent them. Chose is a verb, me, object, to represent means I will do that work to represent them. The interesting part of this structure is when we change this sentence into negative. We have already talked about these things, that helping verbs always help us to change sentences into negative and interrogative and perform other activities. But in this structure, we don't use any helping verb. We simply put not before to that comes before the infinitive, and no need of using any helping verb. Let's have a look at some examples. I told him not to leave. I won't say I told him that, or I told him did not leave. That will be wrong, because when you are using infinitive and you are using not, no need to put helping verb here. Mostly students ask me this question that, sir, you have taught us that the helping verbs are required to change sentences into negative. Why the helping verb is not used in? Because this is a special case, and in this structure we don't use any helping verb. So I told him not to leave. Dad told me not to clean a loaded gun, and they warned us not to go. So I hope you learned this special structure and enjoyed this new information. If you have any question, do ask me, and until my next video, bye bye.